Why eating alone? Every day after 60 can quietly harm your brain and body. It seems harmless, just a quiet meal by yourself. But after 60, eating alone every day might be doing far more damage to your brain and body than you think. In a world where independence is often praised as a sign of strength, many older adults take pride in managing their daily lives on their own, including their meals. But behind the peaceful image of a solo lunch or dinner lies a health risk that's becoming increasingly recognized by doctors, neuroscientists, and geriatric researchers. This risk doesn't come from the food on your plate, but from how and with whom you eat it. If you're over 60 and you eat most of your meals alone, you may be quietly increasing your risk for malnutrition, depression, cognitive decline, and even early death, even if you feel fine today. In fact, new research is showing that social isolation during mealtimes can disrupt critical physical and mental functions in ways we never fully understood before. So let's take a deep dive into why something as routine as eating alone can be so harmful, and more importantly, what you can do about it. Part 1. The hidden epidemic of solo eating among seniors. Let's start with the numbers. According to a 2022 report by the National Institute on Aging, more than 40% of adults over 60 eat most of their meals alone. This number jumps even higher in populations that are widowed, divorced, or living in rural areas. On the surface, it might seem like no big deal. After all, you're not skipping meals. You're still preparing food. You might even enjoy the peace and quiet. But as we've come to learn, eating is not just a biological necessity. It's a profoundly social and psychological experience. When that experience is missing, the entire system begins to deteriorate. Part 2. The physical dangers of eating alone. 1. Reduced appetite and poorer nutrition. Eating with others triggers something called social facilitation of eating, meaning we tend to eat more when we're with others. It's not just psychological, it's physiological. When you're alone, you're more likely to eat less than you need. Meals become less balanced: snacks, toast, instant noodles. You may skip meals entirely. Hydration often suffers. One study in the Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging found that elderly adults who eat alone have significantly lower intakes of protein, fiber, calcium, and key vitamins like B12 and D, nutrients crucial for maintaining muscle mass, bone health, and cognitive function. Malnutrition in seniors often begins subtly: a few skipped meals, bland foods, or reduced portions. Over time, this can lead to frailty, muscle loss, and immune suppression, even when you're not technically underweight. 2. Digestive problems and metabolic slowdown. Solo eaters often rush through meals or eat mindlessly in front of the TV. This disrupts normal digestion, leading to indigestion, slower gastric emptying, less nutrient absorption, erratic blood sugar control. Chewing less, eating faster, and skipping meals cause spikes and crashes in glucose and insulin levels, particularly dangerous for older adults with diabetes or prediabetes. Part 3. How eating alone affects the brain. Now let's talk about the mental and emotional effects, which are even more dramatic. 1. Increased risk of depression and anxiety. A landmark 2018 study published in Appetite followed over 8,000 older adults and found that those who regularly ate alone had double the risk of developing depression compared to those who ate with others. Why? Mealtimes are powerful emotional anchors. They provide a sense of routine, human connection, a moment to feel seen and heard. Eating alone removes this entirely. Over time, this increases loneliness, which affects serotonin and dopamine, two neurotransmitters crucial for mood balance. 2. Accelerated cognitive decline. Emerging neuroscience research is now showing that social interaction during meals stimulates brain activity in areas responsible for memory, language, attention, emotional regulation. When older adults eat alone daily, they lose out on this regular mental workout. Studies from Japan and Sweden show that seniors who eat socially at least 3 times a week retain cognitive function significantly longer than those who eat alone most days. Some scientists now believe that lonely meals may increase dementia risk, not because of what's eaten, but because of what's missing: stimulation, conversation, and connection. Part 4. Impact on cardiovascular and immune health. Chronic loneliness and social isolation, both of which are common in those who eat alone, are now considered independent risk factors for early death by the World Health Organization. Why? Social isolation triggers a low-grade chronic stress response in the body. This increases cortisol levels, raises blood pressure, disrupts sleep, suppresses immune function. In fact, one Harvard study found that being socially isolated can be as dangerous for heart health as smoking 15 cigarettes per day. Eating is not just fuel, it's medicine, and when shared, it's a shield against stress and disease. Part 5. Why seniors fall into the solo eating trap. So if the risks are so serious, why do so many older adults eat alone? Here are the common and understandable reasons. Widowhood or divorce. Adult children live far away. Physical mobility issues. Loss of close friends. Perceived burden. I don't want to bother anyone. Hearing loss or speech issues, which make conversation harder. But here's the important truth. These barriers are real, but not insurmountable. You can take small steps to reconnect your meals with your community and your health. Part 6. Practical solutions to combat eating alone. 1. Join a community meal program. Many local community centers, churches, and senior organizations offer group lunches or dinners. These aren't just for low-income individuals. They're social health programs that help prevent isolation. 2. Create a weekly meal routine with family or neighbors. It can be as simple as Sunday lunch with your son, Wednesday coffee and sandwich with a friend, Friday soup night with neighbors. Make it a ritual. 3. Use technology to eat, virtually with someone. If your loved ones live far away, try Zoom dinners, video lunches on Messenger or FaceTime, eating while watching a live cooking show where you can chat with others. It may sound silly, but the brain still receives some of the social stimulation, which helps mood and cognitive health. 4. Invite someone for one shared meal a week. Even just once a week can start to turn the tide. It can be a neighbor, a niece, an old friend from church. Don't wait for them to invite you. Take the first step. 5. Join a cooking club or class. These are springing up in libraries and community centers. Sharing food preparation is a powerful bonding activity, especially for those over 60. 6. Volunteer to cook for others. Helping others eat well is a powerful way to reconnect with your own mealtime purpose. Many seniors say they feel more motivated to cook and eat well when they know someone else is involved. Part 7. What to avoid. Even if you must eat alone sometimes, here's what not to do. Don't eat in front of the TV every day. This disconnects you from your body and food. Don't snack all day instead of eating meals. This often leads to undernourishment. Don't rely only on convenience foods. These are usually low in fiber and nutrients. Make an effort to sit down, plate your food, and be present with the experience, even if you're alone that day. Part 8. Real story, Mrs. Thompson's turnaround. Mrs. Thompson, 74, had been widowed for 3 years. She was eating toast for dinner most nights, and slowly her energy declined. She lost 10 pounds unintentionally, and her doctor flagged signs of pre-frailty. Her turning point? Joining a local dinner-together club at her community center. Within 3 months, she regained weight, reported less loneliness, started cooking balanced meals again, reconnected with an old friend. Today, she hosts a weekly soup night at her home. That one change saved her independence, and possibly her life. Final thoughts. Eating is about more than food. If you take one thing from this video, let it be this. Eating alone may feel like a quiet habit, but over time, it erodes your body, your brain, and your spirit. You don't need a full table of guests or gourmet meals. Even just one shared meal a week can protect your health, reduce your risk of depression and dementia, and bring joy back to your plate. You deserve that. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss more useful health tips for seniors. Thank you for watching.